cheers to that.
Twitch. And a chin chin.
A chin chin indeed.
I bought metal straws. My life's changed.
Oh, they're good, aren't they?
Metal, everything tastes better out of metal. I've recently realized this. I got a metal drinking bowl, and it's just so better.
Oh my God.
Than anything.
Apparently, the tastiest thing you can eat with is gold because it's inert and it doesn't have a flavor.
So rich.
Wow.
Like if you like
also
not to eat, but like as cutlery.
Yeah. That's interesting.
We can hear ourselves through mics.
We're definitely on. That's me this time.
Here we go.
It might be me.
Spoil up a board, take a seat, but help enjoy fine brew journey with questions.
No.
And we're back.
It's lovely to see all your faces, boys. It's been a hot minute. It's been a month.
Millennia.
Piping.
It's been a month, I think.
It's been a month.
I think so. Yeah. It's been
one. Wow.
It's been a fair bit because of being away and Easter holidays, and then I was at Empire, and we are back, and I think we will soon. The Gypsies of Fortune's quests will soon come to an end. Mike, what mug are you drinking out of there?
Oh, well, it's funny you should say. Here I have what would be a mug. But alas, when you have drank your drink down to a certain point, a friend doth appear to greet you.
It's the same as yours, Josh, but it's the little ones. They're like
What's
little
in there?
mini tankards. It's a little frog at the bottom.
Oh.
Little friendly frog. Yeah, they're a mug, but they're also they're a tankard. They're like a mini tankard.
I love them. Me and Emily just drink mead out of them.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
They're mead frogs.
Oh, did you enjoy thine mead, thine honeymoon mead?
Good mead. It's so fucking good.
Wow.
This mead, lads, it might be the one. The one.
Oh shit! Really?
Very
One mead to rule them all.
Thick, but I don't like a thin mead. I don't like a table mead or a dessert mead. I like my mead, like pulpy. I want some texture to my drinks. That's why I like stout.
That's
like
interesting.
Blood.
I didn't even actually pick it out. Amelia picked it out.
Oh shit!
Because on the back it says something about like people drink it after a
For the
wedding
month.
because I didn't realise this, but mead is honeymoon. Honeymoon comes from mead. That's how the word So people would drink mead after for a moon. Yeah, and it's the honeymoon. If you were really rich, you would drink mead for the whole after your wedding for a whole month.
Did they consider it a prophylactic?
Actually, in my family, it's not about being rich. It's just being an alcoholic.
Okay, so we have a catch-up written by Rupert for Dutch to read. What kind of music will fit this in the background, Rup?
Jovial.
Jovial?
I can't remember the category.
Jovial. I'll go for the town.
There's a lot more
ones
choice
then.
now.
Let's
Benny Hill theme.
Jovial. Let's see. What's
on like that's what I was thinking of.
What's this one?
Yeah, this is good.
Is this jovial enough?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mike, take it away. Oh shit.
Fucking cold and fucking wet. Fucking no good for fucking horse fuck middle of cunt in nowhere. That's where we are. Fucking nowhere. We hold down more gold than the Emperor's ass can shit out. And where do we go to spend it? Fucking ice fields. Go to the fucking ice fields. Don't get me wrong. It's all for a good cause and all. Get the whole fucking cunting lot of people we've met together, make a big fucking posse, turn the posse into a friendship fist, and fucking put that fist into the mouth of some big evil cunt. But, and then they have a fucking party, and it's good. It's calm. But, fuck, can we have at least had a bit of a knees up in the city first? The very day we get spat out of that sparkly fucking woodland fairy arsehole, I'm going fucking war. Sorry, there's seagulls fucking on my roof. Honestly, sometimes I wish I didn't love these cunts so much. I could be chin deep in wine, passing the nights away with a number of lovely ladies of Zanfar, whilst numbers helps me try on jewelry the size of a fucking biceps. But instead, here I am, freezing my green nutsack off at the end of the fucking world. But, well, I'm surrounded by the sorriest bunch of fucking brawlers I've ever seen. And this is some shit fucking out of luck bullshit. But for all of this, I wouldn't be anywhere else. I know it's shit, but it's our kind of shit. It's like when you've had a few too many and you need to take a leak. You can't be fucked to get up and like leave. So, you know, you just roll the chap out and have a piss on the floor. You get some on your boots and a little bit on your leg, but it's warm and, you know, it's comforting. Satisfying. Just right. Guess that's how I feel with the gypsies. You get what I mean?
No, not really.
You seem like the kind of man, you know, drains the snake without taking a walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're two of the same, you know, two birds of a feather.
Please let go of me. You had me in this chokehold for a while. and I got to catch up with my platoon on the plateau.
Right, I'm going to give him a kick up the arse and a push off, and like I said, sorriest brawlers I ever laid eyes on. Go on then, fuck off, and try not to get killed. I like you. Right, where's the fucking food?
That was sick. That was really good.
Excellent delivery.
I love that I'm reading it as Mike is reading it, and he adds so much extra stuff. Much extra stuff. Like, if I was a director, like a film director, and I'd given a really like an in-depth script, Mike's the sort of actor that just like ad-libs it and does like more. That was great.
I was really getting a kind of more jovial version of the Hound when he goes beyond the wall during a lot of that. And he stood there going, fucking cunts. But this time he's being like, oh.
Yeah. He's here for the ruckus.
God, he's on.
He's not scared of fire. He's Dutch.
What is Dutch scared of?
What?
Who knows?
Dutch scared of it.
Maybe we'll.
Dutch is scared of no man.
Human connection.
He's scared
His
of
own raw emotions.
He's scared of the 3-pump. So, gypsies. In fact, Dutch, you may have an inspiration point. Do you have one already?
No.
Then you may have one.
Blessed be.
And Rupert, have you got one? As Zook.
I don't.
Then you may.
Theo's laying like a
also
French girl in his
one
bed.
again.
I'm going to draw this.
Grassy ass.
I have a question actually
Yes.
about inspiration. I know we're quite near the end of the campaign, but I thought it just occurred to me. So last sesh, I think it was, we got into that familiar sitch where I try using something quite high level on a legendary thing that can just use a feature to make it immediately pass the check, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
What you're
so,
saying. Yeah.
So if I was to use the thing, and then they use the legendary to get past it, could I then use inspiration to do it again?
Yes.
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. I just thought that's worth checking.
You can use inspiration to re-roll essentially any roll.
Right.
Even
but
death
it's not like a
saves, you know,
it's not like a
powerful.
second barrel on my shotgun. Right. Okay.
That would make it a little too good. And you guys tend to like hoard it until a very, very particular moment.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you can predict the moments it's coming to.
it's either like, shit, I really need to succeed this roll because otherwise I'm going to be fucked, or I'm
gonna lose face.
I'm gonna re-roll to make sure that this hits or something like that, which is fair enough. So we last left off with the Gypsies of Fortune atop the frozen plateau, headed towards battle. The 3 towers that surrounded this strange shattered city far to the north of the Varamark lay ahead of you. These 3 towers seemingly structures to keep a great domed aura shielding the city from unwanted visitors. You came up with a great plan with the war council atop the plateau, where the main bulk of the army would essentially bait out the large 3 Shivra and School barbarian armies away from these towers, allowing
while they did, I very sloppily ate a tomato.
Yes.
While
Yes.
Duke sang to me.
And like roast chicken, just like chicken does greedily. And 3 hit squads, sort of elite squads of heroes, were to hit each of the 3 towers simultaneously, or at least in quick succession, to bring down this shield that was surrounding the city. You set off for the rightmost tower, the one on the eastern side of the city, while the pretty much all of the Fate's children other than Elgrin went for the middle, and a sort of a kind of scraped together group formed of the Seers, or House Bravethorn. So that's Bravethorn himself, along with Blue Eyes Reuben, Yenlith and her wolf companion Thiazi, and Elgrin himself, using wild shape, etc., to get to that point quite far away on the western side. You hit the eastern tower hard, crushing any ballista that was atop it, swooping round and essentially decimating. Oh, thank you very much. Decimating the Shivra force, the small one that held back, that stood before the tower, using various magics and using the umbral quivers. Amazing ability of a sort of malevolent darkness that erupted forth in a huge dome and just tore the Shivra that were outside asunder. You landed on the tower and descended down, finding that the tower was filled on the kind of ground floor with a giant fleshed colossus that was seemingly the source, or the thing that was holding this aura for the shield intact. You fought with many Shivra and eventually took down this monstrosity, while kind of battling your way downstairs, fighting through kind of thick, gross miasmas that it spewed forth. And eventually, when this colossus was killed, the aura, or the section tether of this purple lightning that was lashing itself to the shield dropped. You very quickly ran to the top, Dylan shooting off 2 fire arrows in quick succession, arcing them across back towards the main force, meaning that you had been successful in your battle in taking down this tower. Ook atop seemed calm, and Dylan, telepathically linked with Ook, could tell that Ook had not seen any other arrows. As you stood atop this, sort of looking back towards the main force, you saw that the sky battle that had sort of taken the strange sort of shadowy creatures of the sky away, letting you kind of past. It was Tiki as well as a few others were clearly being harried and losing their battle quite significantly. However, the bait had worked. You then saw one single fire arrow shooting up far across the dome from you, because it's almost on the other side. And you knew that the third tower, the one furthest, the one on the western side, where Elgrin and Zazi and the Seers of House Braithorn had gone, and that meant that they were in trouble. So clambering on Ook and on Zook as a great white eagle, I believe, you began heading, swooping round, arcing sort of over the city towards the third tower. From atop this vantage point, close, like almost arcing near the shield itself, you surveyed the battle. And just because it's been a while, I'm reminding everyone, the battle seemed to be going as expected. Not particularly well, but they were holding. Ruthus, with his knowledge check, history of battles, history knowledge, could tell that tactically they were doing the right thing. However, sheer number of Shivra were clearly overwhelming, or probably would overwhelm the force at some venture. There's just a tide of them. The middle force of the Shivra have connected with the middle force that you had set up with Fleet and the dwarves and the rest that you'd put in the center. The force on your side, from your tower on the eastern side, has flanked and smashed into that middle force. Dawn's Blade, along with the Foal, on your side, clearly had backed off, harrying them on their way, and now it looks like Dawn's Blade are making this counter charge into that flank. As you flew over, you could see that the middle tower is still intact in terms of its aura, the purple lightning, and you couldn't really tell what was, there wasn't really particularly anything going on around the outside. It looked like there was Shivra there. Perhaps there's a battle going on. On the other side of the battle, the western force of the Shivra had not intercepted or connected to anything yet. They looked like they were heading towards to flank on the other side of the central force, which would clearly overwhelm the central force. However, both forces of Varamok, so the I'm trying to remember all their names. I need to get my docs up. The two main Varamarkian forces that aren't the Foal. There was the Stein and the
Fiel?
And the Fiel. Thank you. Oh. The Stein and the Fiel on that side are intercepting. They are charging to intercept the third westernly force. And so there will be a kind of separate battle taking place on that side. You find yourself flying now sort of over the central section, or the center tower, but high up. I remember you were kind of arcing across as quickly as you could. So looking directly down is the kind of arced bank of the shield of this force field. So you can actually, beneath you, if you fell, you would fall into this shield. You can't quite see the city. It's like looking through a kaleidoscope almost, or fragmented glass. You can see pieces of buildings whirling about, but it's all torn and strange, like this shield that you're looking through is warping and distorting the vision of this city beneath you. As you continue to fly, let's just have a quick roll call of who is with who. I believe Dylan and Richter are on Ook, and the gnome, Zook. Dutch is being held.
Dutch is being held by my claws.
Ruthus is on your back.
Yeah,
that's right. We were thinking
tactical insertion.
We're going to use Dutch's ordnance from above.
It's what we call green napalm.
At this point, as you begin to kind of crest up to the beginning to bank kind of round the side of the shield, you now can see the third tower. And we left off by it was Zook, the only person, a ways away still. It's quite a far distance. You could see the tower still intact, still tethered to the shield, and strange, distant scriptures seemed to be carved all around, twisting up this tower. Horrific, strange scripture that you couldn't read from this distance, but even looking towards it, you have this sort of feeling in the pit of your stomach, like someone is reaching in and grabbing and twisting your insides. It's not painful, but it is disturbing. Everything inside you wants to get away from that. Everything is telling you, like your senses, your intuition, everything is telling you that this is not a good place to be going. And we're going to pick up the beginning of this session straight into a skill challenge. As you glance to your left, back towards the main battles, bursting forth from the clouds a distance off, you see a great swarm of these shadowy, winged creatures. Clearly, whomever they had been harrying previously has either flown or died, or you're not sure, but they are now free, and they are heading in your direction. You see them burst forth from the clouds, kind of scattering about, almost like they're unsure where they're going, in this kind of big flock, like starlings moving about. And then all in succession, all united immediately, they turn and head towards you, like something has drawn them towards you, like they are some kind of like a hive mind. They've just turned and they are directly headed your way. There's probably a 50 of these winged creatures, and from this distance it's hard to make out how big they necessarily are. So starting the skill challenge, you are flying separately but in sort of close succession to each other. These creatures are roughly 200 feet off from where you are. What are you doing,
And are they in like an aerial school, like Swifts or something?
They are in a big swarm.
Cool.
Can I use acrobatics to try and curl my wings up and like sort of catch the winds as they blow hither and there, to kind of make the most and speed us on our way, trying to kind of harness the gusts with delicate movements of my wings to kind of accelerate towards the tower.
Okay, make me an acrobatics roll. You are an eagle, so you have to use those stats, right?
Yes, I use my proficiency bonus, but the eagle's dex, okay. I think. So that would be, we're proficiency 6, aren't we? So it'll be +9. Oh, I got a natural 15, so it's a 24.
You begin banking and turning, catching these rippling, coursing winds that are biting cold. They're kind of rippling off of the dome, and you catch them and scoop them, and manage to kind of hurl yourself forwards. I will say that Ook, in tandem with you, follows what you're doing, so you're both sort of able to bank. Ook's almost in your
slipstream.
We're
slipstream.
And you begin headed closer, and that is a success, your first success.
Yes. The Tour de Varamark.
You can see that they're kind of coming to intercept you. They're not flying directly. That they can see that you're banking around, and they're headed towards in that same direction. But you are making good speed.
Right. How far away are they now?
Glancing over, still about 200 feet. You're unsure.
How high off the floor are we at a glance?
From what I remember, you guys wanted to bank high because you didn't want to get involved in the fighting, and sort of that would be, if you imagine your opposite nearly if this is the circle of the city, of the dome, the 3 towers are like directly here, and then sort of where my first finger is. So they're like 1, 2, and 3, like this. So in order to get across, the quickest route is to fly sort of up and over part of the dome. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Rather than flying round like this, you're kind of going up and over across that section of the dome. So you're maybe only 30 feet above the edge of the dome as you're kind of going round it like that.
Okay.
So you're 30 feet above a shield of some kind, but then probably a few hundred, maybe 300, 400, you're not sure, above the actual ground.
Fair enough.
Don't know what they are yet, do we? Whether they're animals or they are like fiends or monsters or whatever.
You are currently unsure. Yeah, you haven't got a close enough look.
Are they on us yet, or have we like?
No, they're still a distance away.
Right.
Got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what I could do. I don't know how I can use persuasion in this situation.
Can I use survival? I'd like to sort of pick up on the fluctuations in the sort of wind and sort of take the lead with the group and sort of advantageously like sort of swerve and position ourselves so that we are sort of catching like different like drifts and stuff like and
ride the thermals.
Ride the thermals and sort of like outpace our these creatures that are following us.
You certainly can. Make me a survival check.
That will be a 17.
With a 17, you begin. You take the helm and begin almost mimicking what Zook had just done, following those gusts of perhaps warm air or warm currents that are coming off of this magical dome. You manage to kind of kick up, and using that to funnel yourselves around the edge, heading towards this tower further and closer and closer. You are actually pushing away from them at this point. The swarm is still on your tail, though.
I could do another one if no one has anything.
Do another. I don't mind if you want to go first, Reaper.
Mine's not very good.
Okay.
How high off
So
the
you go
ground
for it.
is the swarm at the moment? I take it
You're
really
taking the
high
lead. Oh, sorry.
At level with us, right? In terms of height.
Yeah.
A bit lower.
Actually, a bit higher than you.
So they're like 400 or 500 feet up or so.
Yeah.
up. Oh, goody.
Sure. So, sort of as I've taken the lead, sort of as I guide the group through these sort of thermal patches to sort of speed ourselves up, I'll peel off, and using acrobatics, I will sort of guide Rook in such a way as to sort of distract and like sort of mislead the flock.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics check.
28.
28. Darting forth and sort of swooping around, you pull back away from Zook a little. You can see as you kind of bank left and pull away, the swarm is immediately torn. Parts of it break off in one direction towards sort of to intercept you, but the majority seems to stay on Zook. They seem confused for a moment, and they do sort of drift a little until a collective decision is somehow made, and even the ones that are broken off turn and head towards Zook. No, sorry, not Zook. Head towards Ook and you, Dylan. Like the whole group turns and heads towards you instead.
Can I react
It is a success because they dallied. Yes, Richter.
Seeing the this maelstrom of fanged death leering towards Dylan, Richter would like to fling up a hand, mutter an incantation, and try to cast hypnotic pattern between Dylan and the swarm, in the hope of basically, even if it can't capture all of them, it might cause confusion in the flock, and the back ones will smash into the front ones.
What is the range on him?
120 feet.
Okay. Because you've banked off to distract them, you are kind of closer. You pull back a little, and hypnotic pattern. What is the range of it? The sort of size.
Hypnotic pattern.
I think it's
120 feet, 30-foot cube.
30-foot cube. Concentrating. Are you going to use a skill at all in this, or are you just going to straight spell it? You are welcome to straight spell it, but the risk is.
Yeah, I think I will,
fully
because
just decided by
it would just be.
That works.
Yeah, I'm going to take it just as a spell, because otherwise I'm going to have to really stretch the imagination.
I'm going to roll a save as the swarm, and this will determine whether it is a success or not.
Okay, it's just as against my spell save.
Yep, which is.
What's the spell? Is it charisma, wisdom?
I believe it's wisdom.
Save.
This one. What do I need to beat?
You need to be 18.
An 18. Coiling, like turning on the back of Ook. Dylan in front of you, banking round. Turning and whipping, you concentrate, coiling these sort of arcing glyphs together, and then reaching out with one hand, the halberd in the other. Glyphs appear, unhinge, and sort of snap back together in this cube before shattering apart. You watch as the entire swarm is encompassed by that, coming towards you, and they just stop in midair, and you just bank away from them, and they're just left completely stationary, locked in this sort of prism that is still kind of shifting and glitching around them. That is the fourth success, and the last success that you need.
Richter then immediately takes out the Pearl of Power and whispers power to get that spell slot back. Because I'm going to.
Very good. Well done, Gypsies. You are heading at the moment with great speed, whipping round towards this tower, the third tower. It very much looks the same as the previous towers. It's the same kind of structurally. It's built out of that same. Almost like it's been chiseled from one piece of this blue slate-like stone, but scratched all along the sides. You can see these glyphs. Zook, looking off to the left, you can see that, like sort of looking back at the fight, and as you bank towards this. In fact, everyone is aware of this part of it, and then I'll tell Zook what he can see further than that. As you begin to get closer to this tower, something washes over the entire plateau, almost like a blanket has been thrown down across the environment, almost like Dutch, like you have just been cracked in the head, in your eyebrow, and blood poured down into your eye, causing your vision to become red. Everything turns a kind of blood red color. You have experienced this before upon the Battle of the Blood Moon. color is washed away, and all that remains is different shades of red, from quite vivid like blood red crimsons all the way through to kind of dark mahogany style kind of black reds, deep and vicious, all the way through to sort of muddy reds where it's discolored something that once was quite bright. Zook, your vivid kind of white vestments have now become a sort of dull reddish pink. Everything is like washed with this one color.
Richter quite ignorantly shouts, "Dylan, you seeing this?" Just forgetting for the moment.
I think Dylan's like, I mean, he does definitely, like, he's probably a bit taken with the sort of physiological changes that are going through his body.
I would like Dylan. I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh man, I got on the wrong fucking bird. Oh shit. Oh, no.
Well, it's been a while.
Dogs have to go in the cargo hold.
16.
With a 16, you feel your hybrid form that you are already in. You feel this like this thump as your vision, you can't see, but your senses are overwhelmed. You can smell blood in the air, almost as if there is a platter of sort of fresh meat, a carcass before you. Your mouth immediately begins salivating. You feel, and Richter would see clinging on behind you, your body begins to kind of click, and your bones sort of bending and stretching, the tendons in your body flexing as your hybrid form is increased somewhat. What is your current strength?
I think it's only 11. 12, sorry.
Your current strength is now 17.
Oh, fuck. I wasn't
As your
expecting that.
body begins like tensing and flexing, you see Dylan's face doesn't become too wolf-like. He grows fangs. His eyes, stay the kind of blackened color that they are. His bones become sort of more prominent. But glancing round, Richter, you can see that his nose and mouth has kind of cracked and protruded out more than it usually would. He looks more wolf-like than you have ever seen, more bestial. And
For the first time, Richter's getting a sense of the group that he's joined. He realizes this is familiar to Dylan. This blood moon transformation. No, it's not. Sorry, it's not, because Dylan wasn't a werewolf then. Well, still, it's like, oh shit. Like the blood moon is freaking him out, and he's realizing that his friends know about this. This is kind of new to me.
Dylan, you, with a 16, managed to control the urge to sink your teeth into the back of this beast, this feathered beast before you's neck. You are suddenly overwhelmed with this like deep hunger, this desire to consume, and you feel a voice in the back of your head, a familiar voice of the Queen whispering to you. Good. You must eat to be strong. And that is what I saw within you. Allow yourself one bite. But you manage to push back. You find who you are. And with that, you are back in the moment. Still feeling overwhelmed with these senses around you, but managing to control your own urges. Zook, you notice as an eagle, down across beneath you, across the battlefield, as this red washes across, the battle pauses. You can see the people free peoples, the good peoples of this continent, looking up towards the blood moon. You sense their trepidation in their movements. You sense their fear. But you see a group in the center, a group that have seen this before, turning, raising their swords and charging towards the Shivra in the center once more. You see the Shivra stop their fighting as this red washes over them. And you see them all click and twist. You see their bodies kind of convulse, some fall to the ground, flopping about, writhing like fish out of water, until they simultaneously all stop. And even from this distance, you see the glow of their eyes, a blood red in their eyes.
Oh, God.
They haven't seemingly changed, like physically, but something has overtaken them. And you watch as they rush rabid towards this incoming charge, and they crash and break into each other, but you tear your eyes away, focusing on this tower coming up ahead. As you approach this tower, Gypsies, what are you doing?
As we're flying over, approaching the tower, Rufus would just like to raise the Sunblade into the air and summon it. For anyone who's looking up into the sky from the battle below towards the blood moon, they'll suddenly see just like a light, like a beacon from the sky as we charge over to the tower, just to kind of inspire anyone who might be afraid.
A light shining in the darkness.
You, with a low passive perception, cannot see if this has had an impact, but you feel it to be true in your heart.
How far away is the tower?
You're coming up close. It's about 200 feet away.
Can I hold an action for when I'm within 120 feet, please?
You certainly can. I won't even ask.
Are there ballistas on the top?
Roll me a perception check as we pull closer, Zook.
That is a 26. 24.
You take in the tower. You see atop, there are indeed burning, broken ballista atop. You see a scattered Shivra. All around the tower, you can see dead Shivra. Even the kind of larger, hulking, dead creatures that look to be scaled and well, everything is red, so it's kind of making it a little difficult to see. In fact, you should have had disadvantage because everything is like all similar color. It's much harder to make out things.
It was more, so that's good.
Okay,
that's
cool.
All good.
Yeah, you can see these scaled, hulking creatures lying dead on the ground, although you can see movement. One of them looks to be still alive over a Shivra or a creature of some kind, kind of tugging and pulling at it. I would tell you more, however, taking in the tower, you also take in the glyphs, and I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Shit. Magical, I assume?
It is magical, but...
Okay.
Yeah, do you get that even though you're not a gnome currently? I guess so, yeah.
It says you retain your
That's true.
class and race features, I think. That would be a 26 saving throw.
You stare down these glyphs. You almost see them move like they're writhing and wriggling on the tower. They begin to glow towards you. You blink and shake this sort of oppression away, and you are free and unaffected for the next 24 hours. So,
hey,
nice. Excellent.
You no longer have that gut-wrenching sense that this place is like a kind of fear or like something kind of trying to burrow into you. You do still feel uneasy, but it has significantly reduced that feeling. all of you begin to feel this now that you're coming sort of nearer this tower. And I would like to say anyone who is looking at the tower as we approach will need to make me an intelligence saving throw too.
Yeah. Are they just runes, or is it writing?
It's script. It's like script all across.
Where do we rule my incredibly low perception versus me looking at the tower?
I think
Same.
it depends. It's up to you. If you think that you're looking,
I wanted to moonbeam the top of the tower, is what I wanted to say. When I got within 120, I wanted to clap a moonbeam on the top. I wouldn't be able to see what was going on up there, but I'd be able to fucking drop a bomb on it.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'll roll a perception check.
Rupert. Good
Yes.
And
It rolled as an 11.
Rufus, you can roll a perception check too. I think if you fail, basically you don't have to.
I
make
rolled
the
a 9.
intelligence save. Yeah,
I got a
you're
1.
not sure. Yeah, both of you you don't make it. You get this uneasy feeling, but from this distance, you're not really bothered by the scripts because you're not looking at them properly. But you also can't make out really what's going on.
So do I clap a moonbeam on it?
Yep, you would do then in that case. Fucking.
Does that get rid of the scripture that's on the top?
No. You see a moonbeam summoned down sort of from a shaft between the clouds and burst down onto the top of the tower, searing at it.
Are you now using the blood moon as a weapon? I think you are.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Bloods is bloods, yo.
As we approach, can I widen my wingspan and pull my wings up so I'm kind of, rather than like going straight down to the tower, I'm pulling up and I'm just floating down so that my wingspan blocks line of sight between the people on my back, well, Rufus, and the tower.
You can, and as you begin to descend and approach, you can see and make out more clearly that there are dead Shivra all about. You actually, I will take us to the site.
Richter got a 17 on that, by the way. I don't know if that.
Big ominous yellow square.
Yeah, that's just the inside of the tower I'm covering. Richter, with a 17, you glance down, and both of you Zook and you, can see that there is a in the center here. There is a lizard. This sort of giant.
Just to clarify, that wasn't a perception roll; it was the intelligence save.
Oh, it was the intelligence save.
Yeah.
In that case, the intelligence save.
Is that a woodland?
You gain a short-term madness as you only failed it by a small amount.
I'm coming in screaming.
Your recurring themes, Rick.
I hope it's not a paranoia one again. God.
That was great. I had a good time with that.
It's a short-term madness. I'd like you to roll me a percentile.
Oh, right, yeah. That's the
D100. Roll
D100.
Two dice. One's a D10, one's the 100 one.
Okay. Go.
Who's that on the ground?
So D10 rolls as a 4, D100 rolls as a 10.
So 14.
40 or 14.
Oh shit. Richter
Yeah.
freezes up. His body becomes entirely rigid, and he just begins sliding off the back of Ook as you descend.
Can I go to catch him?
You turn, grabbing him and gripping him in place with your newfound strength. It is easy to do so, but he looks like he's locked up in like fear, and sort of his eyes are kind of glazed over and in his head.
What I'll do is I'll sort of digging my legs into the flanks of Duke, sort of rotate, and I'll just pick him up and put him in front of me and like hold on to him as I continue to guide Duke.
Okay.
Like a girl on your motorcycle.
And you whisper into his ear, "We're flying, Kate."
I need you to roll me a D10, Richter.
I can show you the world.
5. 5.
5. Okay. You begin to descend, and you can see down here, Zook. You can see a scaled beast, like over a humanoid-looking creature with long hair, just sort of tearing into its stomach. You know, almost like whipping it around in the snow. The snow around this tower is just like blood smears all over. And you can tell they're blood smears because the snow has gone a sort of like a creamy red, but the blood it stands out. It is like so vivid from the blood moon.
I'm gonna arc towards this creature, and I'm gonna release a battle squawk to make Dutch aware that it might be time for action soon.
Swan dive.
The lizard reptile-like creature looks up towards you as you begin to descend, and it sort of covets its prey, looking up like you're like a vulture trying to get to this meal, and it's sort of like between you, blocking it, but it's looking at you and it's not eating anymore.
As soon as we get close enough, within 15 feet, Ruth is going to summon an avatar as well next to it.
Okay. Oh yeah. So what's the plan? Are you headed towards the tower, or are you going down to ground level where this creature is?
There's a moonbeam on top of the tower.
But this creature is on the snow, like at the bottom.
Yeah. I would say that we would head down.
Yeah, I'm gonna release my payload into the fucking lizard.
You have authorization to launch the Dutch.
As you drop down, I will say that Zook, you are kind of ahead because Dylan's having to kind of grab Richter.
Yeah,
You
Dutch
come
is doing the
down
bit for the
close.
end of Doctor Strangelove.
And you release Dutch. From what height are you releasing Dutch?
Let's go. I mean, does it matter? He'll live. Let's say
he needs to reach optimal velocity to do max damage.
So once we reach terminal velocity, and maybe let's say 20 feet, and then I'll quickly bank up.
Yeah. Once we feel the heat of re-entry, let him fly.
Yeah.
So
Once I've dropped
are you
him.
flying down fast and then dropping him and banking up?
No, I'm gonna fly down, bank up, and then just as I get over the top, release let Dutch go.
Okay, so he's dropping from like no speed. He's just sort of like, and then full.
Yeah, and then I'll bank round so Rufus can stay in bow range.
Okay, in that case, as you get within 20 feet, I would like Dutch to make me an athletics check as you drop off towards this creature.
Rupert.
Yes.
Athletics, please.
You rolled a natural 16.
So that is a plus 15.
31.
No. No, wait, I'm not raging. So, oh wait, it's not double proficiency, so it's just a plus 10. So 25, yeah.
And Rufus, you are on the back. You only get within 20 feet, but
That's
you
cool.
are sort of within range.
I can summon it within 15, so I'll be 5 foot above the ground, and then it can just drop 5 feet.
You swoop down, releasing Dutch. A shadowy, not shadowy. It's like a pearlescent refraction appears of Rufus by it as Dutch begins sort of dropping and bombing off. However, it is ready and poised, and as it looks up and this shadow appears next to it, it is going to immediately attack the shadow as the first thing that's going to appear. It swipes at this strange thing next to it, getting only a 12 to hit.
Is this against the avatar? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hit.
It sort of double strikes. And a 13. So
Nope.
the avatar sort of dodges both. Dutch, you come smashing down. You are going to take... I rolled a 1 and a 2, so only 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And it's going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And I'd like Ruthus and you to make an attack, please.
Rupert, if you may.
Yep.
I'd like to do a haymaker as I fly down.
So it's a haymaker's advantage.
Disadvantage. A reckless haymaker, please. So
Uh,
straight roll.
Oh, well, you rolled a 9.
Plus 13, so 22.
That hits. So...
D8, I've got
16, that. No, haymaker, so it's full. Is it 16 or was it 18? The haymaker.
So D10 plus 5 plus 3, 18.
It's 18 points of damage. Okay. You slam down 21 with the added bit of full damage. You smash down, sort of landing on it, cracking a wild blow into its head. Rufus?
I got a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And doing 15 damage.
15 points of damage. You both strike into it simultaneously. And I am going to get us to roll initiative, everyone, because I need to keep track of time passing.
Oof. I've got a 2.
Hey. Oh!
17.
7.
Let me get the timer up.
You got a 7.
What did I get, Roops?
You got a 14.
There you go.
Oh, thank
You can input them in.
I cannot.
I make sense. I cannot.
No, we might need permission or something
Permission.
to input the.
We don't have that plus D4 still, do we?
D8. When did I give it to you?
Oh yeah, for
don't-
some reason your
don't remember.
controller's gone. Hang on.
I'll assume not. It's
It
probably
lasts
got
8
one.
hours.
Then maybe.
Almost punched through the Gungan shield, boys.
Yeah.
Roger, Roger.
You got it. Oh, man.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Why are they the most powerful race in Star Wars?
You know, Jar Jar Binks' dad canonically tried to shoot himself in the head because he hates his son.
What?
Oh,
And
fuck.
his name is George Binks. Anyway, I'll stop now, but look it up.
No,
It's great.
no, what books are these?
Is that
You've raised
real?
questions.
Is that
Is real, and it is still considered canon within Disney Star Wars. There's a prequel comic book about Jar Jar as a child, and he and his family were in a
thought-
shipwreck.
I thought they made all the comics not canon or something. Didn't they do something?
A
where they
lot
made-
of things were put into legend status, but for some reason I think that it's still canonical that Jar Jar Binks' dad was George Binks, who's a really he's a really reserved and ordinary person. He's just a Gungan. He's like, "Hello, how are you?" And then he looks at his son, who's like, "Misa kakako!" He tries to kill himself because he hates him.
I mean,
He's so ashamed.
we all hate his son, so
Well, his son dissolved the Senate, so maybe he was right to do that. But
No, it's
anyway,
true. Yeah.
Darth
Anyway,
Binks.
you can input your things in now.
Darth Jar Jar,
Darth Binks.
most powerful
Sith Lord Binks.
Oh, we've all seen that video, right? The conspiracy Jar Jar Sith one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good one.
Makes sense.
Oh, shit.
Jar Jar the Wise.
Speaking of, I am actually well excited for the Obi-Wan series.
I haven't watched a single Star Wars thing since Revenge of the Sith, and at some point I should catch up.
What?
Yeah.
Nothing. Not a single piece
Wait.
of Star Wars media.
Rogue One's good.
I've heard
I'm a fan.
Rogue One was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Other than fucking what's his face from Rizzle Kicks being in it. So
Oh,
yeah.
annoying.
Ooh.
Wait, what? What? Which one's Rogue One?
It's the
It's the
one
prequel where
Yeah.
the one that ends with
I love
the
that
planet
Aiden
blowing
is the
up.
one telling us, but he hasn't
He
seen
hasn't
Haven't
it.
seen
seen
it.
it.
Yeah,
that's the one that Alderaan blows up in, right?
Yeah, it's the one where they're fighting to destroy the Death Star, but they're the ones on the ground.
They're the ones
Oh,
getting the
shit, I haven't
schematics
seen
for the
that.
Death Star.
It's
like the
so
prelude.
good. The like
That sounds sick.
it's
Who's the
actually
lead? Oh, it's Felicity Jones,
great.
isn't it? Is the protagonist.
yeah.
Is it Mads Mikkelsen who plays the? Is this?
Oh, I think he
He
is. in
plays the
one.
bad guy, right?
Is he in
Yeah.
that one?
Who doesn't love Mads?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he's
Mads
in
is
that
great.
one.
Mm.
Great guy.
He is.
I
The
watched
first one where they
the,
used CGI characters, and I was like, how is that person not dead yet?
Mhm. Okay.
I watched Solo. And it was fucking awful.
The noise of
Yeah.
a lizard. Yeah, that was a bad one, unfortunately. The lizard roars a mighty roar, but look at this. The person up first is Richter.
Who's
Yeah.
comatose right
It's
now?
your time.
I'm
we
catatonic
don't-
right now.
We don't need
Oh.
to necessarily do
Oh, yeah.
the actual map. It's just there as like reference.
Yeah.
Because you're flying about, whatever. But we'll just use the order. You're about, I would say, 30 feet. 30 feet away as you sort of follow down towards the ground.
Am I still catatonic?
You are. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. You'll go it. Fuck. You went first.
The
and your
one
go is
time.
entirely
The
sketchy.
one time.
Yeah, and there's fucking no save as well.
I was going to use Repel Blast to push him off the guy and all of that, but no. I had to look at the tower.
You,
Oh, is this guy still alive?
I don't
had to
know.
go
He hasn't got a
and
cross
read it.
through him.
you are entirely just sort of frozen. Eyes rolled back in your head. You can sense things around you, but from your perspective, your vision is just completely taken up by those weird glyphs and sigils. In fact, no, you can only read the writing when you have your ritual up, right? You can't read.
Yeah, but I remember on the march, I remember casting it on the march so that I could maintain an understanding of all the different cultures talking. And I
wouldn't.
suppose Richter would have kept that going
It wouldn't still be going if
since the battle started.
well, and also you cast hypnotic pattern, which you're currently concentrating on.
Ah, true. Never mind.
In fact, I wonder where the concentration ends if you are paralyzed.
Oh boy.
I might need to just quickly look that up. Doesn't say anything about it. I might get you to
Does
roll a
paralyzed count
concentration.
as incapacitated?
No, it's a separate one. It's called paralyzed.
I mean, hypnotic pattern only lasts
Here we
for a
go.
minute anyway, so
That's
it
true.
might just
That's true.
end soon. Yeah.
Being incapacitated or killed, you lose concentration on a spell if you're incapacitated or you die. So no, you're paralyzed, but you are still maintaining that in the back of your head. But
Working
yeah,
hard.
it would have been. You're right. It would have been up by now. That is unfortunately your go, Dutch. It is your turn. You are landed on the back of this wild frost salamander beneath you.
How big is it?
It is. It's large. It's like bigger than a horse.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's grappleable. So I'd like to make I'd like to rage, make a grapple check.
Does that mean you have to spend a moxie?
No, I can just use one of my attacks to grapple.
You certainly can.
So Rupert, could you roll me a d20, please?
It's an 8.
I have advantage because I'm raging.
It's 17.
It's a 17 plus 15, so 32.
32 hits.
He's trying to eat this poor blonde cunt, right?
Yeah, you can't really see it. It's over it, and you're on its back. But yes, it looked
Right.
like it was doing something along those lines.
I'm gonna punch it in the kidney, or what would be the kidney on a whatever the fuck this is. And I'm just am I flanking it?
No.
Okay, fine. Could you roll me an attack, please, Rupert?
It's 13.
13 plus 13, 26. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Okay, D10. So 2 plus 5 plus 3, 8, 10, 12 damage.
12 points of damage. Nice.
And then I'd like to move my movement with it, please, over in this direction.
In which direction? Sorry, south.
This one.
This direction. 1, 2, 3. Because you half movement, right?
I think I have Herculean now, right?
Double check. Yeah, I think you might be able to move it full.
If I get an attack of opportunity.
Doesn't work like that.
Yeah. At 11th level, I count as one size larger for grappling. In addition, I move full movement speed when
There
dragging.
you go. You drag it all the way
Nice.
over to there.
Hell
But
yeah.
you here. In fact, whoops. You would
Yeah,
drag
eat some
it
of these
to
corpses.
there because you had to jump off its back and drag it across. The rest of you that are sort of hovering above can see the corpse or the body of an elven woman. Her midriff section is totally torn asunder. It's like ripped and scattered, and it in places kind of it's slightly apart.
She's gone.
You can see a quiver of arrows scattered across the icy snow, along with all the blood trails, and a finely crafted sort of elven bow is snapped and scattered across as well.
Is there a wolf nearby?
You would see one over here, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
R.I.P.
implying?
Yenna.
Oh.
It is the frost salamander's go. It is going to turn and shit. I should have said Dutch. Can you roll me a quick con save? So Rupert.
Rupert,
Yep.
please.
12.
I have advantage.
16.
Plus 10, 26.
Yeah, there's a cold aura coming off of this creature, but you shrug it off.
Dutch is pissed.
There's like ice sort of begins to grow on you, but you just kind of shatter it away. Your rage boils up and melts it off. It is going to make its 2 claw attacks at you. Oh, they were pretty good. That's a 20, a 21, and a 23 to hit. That was really good rolls. I assume they both hit.
Yeah, I've got 22 AC.
So, roll 7, 9. I'll just add it together. Uh, 16 points of piercing damage, so reduced to 8 from both slashes, and then it is going to bite you. Oh shit. Oh, even better. I rolled a 16. I rolled a 15, 17, and this was an 18. So it hits. And that does 11 points of 11 points of slashing damage plus 2 points of cold damage. So 13 halved to 7. So you take 7 points.
7 and 8, so 15.
Oh, I
together,
didn't roll
yeah.
for the cold damage for the Oh no, that was the bite. Oh, okay. No, I fucked it up. Sorry. It's piercing
Music
damage
stuff.
followed by a bit of cold damage, and I got them the wrong way round.
nice.
But actually, it doesn't matter because they all hit. So let me just roll the cold damage for that. So 6 more points of cold damage. So 3 more points of damage. So you took 8 from the
18
first.
total.
18, yeah.
18 in total. Cool. Thank you, Rupert. Yeah, I messed that up a bit. I always sometimes there's like additional dice damage after the fact, and I didn't read it until that point. It strikes at you with both claws. You feel them rake across your body, and then immediately where your open wounds are, they begin to kind of frost and crystallize, dealing additional damage. That is the end of its go. Rufus, it is your go. I'll put
Well,
your.
who has the biggest dex? I've got
Um,
a 3.
Oh,
I've
you're
got
all on
plus
7.
3.
I believe mine's +6.
So Dylan
Oh,
first.
yeah, and
Dylan is up first.
I presume I'm just sort of flying with Richter.
Yeah, you're about 30 feet up.
I guess we'll just start making our way to the tower, and
Are you going to land
Well,
on the
actually,
top
can
of
we-
the tower, or are you coming down with the others?
coming down with the others. I think he deciphered that it's sort of the bit that matters is on the ground floor, isn't it?
Yep.
So yeah, let's start following the others and start sort of settling down. I don't really have any hands free, do I? So
You don't have any hands free, unfortunately, but you.
as I get closer, I'd like to sort of hone my hearing in and sort of see what I can sense within the building.
Okay, roll me a perception check. I will say that it is not with it. Usually, with your hearing, you have advantage, right?
Yeah,
I would
I
say it's,
didn't roll with advantage.
it is unfortunately a straight roll because this oppressive sense from the moon is obscuring that. Oh no, but for you, sorry, for you it wouldn't. For you it's heightening it because you're affected by the moon.
Well, I'll roll it again then. That's worse. So that will be a 24.
Listening out, you can hear the raging battle a distance off. You can hear the cries and the clinking of weapons on shields and weapons. Can you not hear it, Rupe?
No, is there tunes?
Yeah.
It stopped
no,
for me
it's
just
fine.
now.
It's back.
but-
It's back.
Weird.
It's back. I just changed my volume and it came back.
Just want to say, boys, 777s. If we were playing a fruit machine, we'd be pretty
Yeah.
good. So I feel good about this.
The tower, you can hear a sort of crackling, bubbling energy coursing off it, and unfortunately, that is the predominant noise that that you can sense from it. You can hear what's going on outside, so your brother fighting and things in the vicinity, but unfortunately, from the tower, it's just this kind of crackling, magical aura that you can hear.
Yeah.
You come down and land, I'll say, over here with Rick.
If I've got like enough action and movement, I'll start to help Rick. I'll like sort of nip Richter off Luke's back and start making maybe a way over to Zeke. You potentially can help him.
You place Richter down.
Stiff as a board, hard as a rock.
Zook is not on the ground yet. Zook is like hovering slightly above because
Okay, so
he's
I'm sort of
illegal.
waiting for Zook.
Okay, Rufus.
I think you just propped me up. Just planting my feet in the snow upright.
Leaning against the wall
Yeah.
of the tower.
Yeah.
You wait here. So as Dutch drags this crazy big lizard away with him as he's fighting it, Rufus turns down to look at the body of Yenlith. Can I do a quick, check out the stitch here? She properly dead or?
Guts is all out.
She's sort of in two pieces, almost. Her entrails are kind of the only thing attached, really, and a bit of the skin at the side between her lower abdomen and her top, and she has been eaten. There is, however, a near full, like spilt quiver of arrows, including the remaining fire arrows that you were gifted.
Okay. Rufus looks down towards the body of Yelnith in the snow, the black pool just growing around her, and his face turns to a grimace, and his hand, his knuckles turn white around the hilt of his sword, and he spins to look back at the beast that did this, and then runs towards it, shouting. And then I'm going to lay a few swings into it to try and finish it off. I'm going to have advantage as well.
You are.
So a 31
That
to
hits.
hit,
That hits.
doing 14 damage.
Cool.
Okay.
A 29, doing 12 damage. And then the last one is a 21,
That hits.
doing 12 damage.
With 4 blows in quick succession, how would you like to end this creature's life? With that final blow.
I imagine as Rufus runs towards it and starts to attack it, its legs are sort of flailing towards Rufus, trying to get some hits in while Dutch is grappling it. And Rufus sidesteps, bringing the first blade down, cutting off one of the legs, and then sidesteps again as another comes down towards him, cutting off another leg. The third strike, now that the way is open, he plunges the sword into the belly of the worm while screaming, see how you like it, as he like disembowels it and opens its stomach into the snow.
It slumps to the side, and you feel this kind of aura of cold begin to kind of cease as the inners of its body begin to sort of cool, or at least the magic, the kind of magical creature once dead no longer produces this kind of like consistent cold from its body, and it begins to slowly just sort of crust over. I'm still going to keep us in initiative because I just want to be aware of how many rounds are passing. However, you are out of immediate combat. So, Gypsies, I'm not going to do you turn by turn, but I'll just do it sort of round by round. What are you doing?
I'm going to float down, and as I get near the ground, just shrink back into Zook and sort of drop to the snow, and then float back up again towards Richter, and kind of look to him and look in his eyes, pull down the bottoms of his eyes and see the redness around them and the glazed, glassy look. I say, oh no, there's something really wrong. Hang on, let me think. But of course, Valentine. And he takes his necklace off, and he very quickly unclips the necklace, pulls a bit of leather cord out, whips out the green-looking acorn from his necklace and ties it around the leather cord, slips that green acorn around Richter's neck, and he twists the acorn, and it cracks, and all the green pours out into Richter's chest and sort of seeps like water over his armor and into his body. And I'm going to activate the Malachite Acorn of Spring from James Gifford's Assorted Magical Items. Ooh. If you've never heard of them, should you wish for the best D&D items and content, then look no further than Mr. James Gifford. So yeah, I'm going to activate that acorn, and what that does is, if you are blinded, frightened, charmed, paralyzed, poisoned or petrified, at the end of your turn, the effect ends and you recover 10 hit points.
Hey-o! Wow.
And then I reattach the remaining.
The turn or the round, did you say?
It says, it doesn't say whether you spend an action or whatever. It just says, if you are blinded, frightened, charmed, paralyzed, poisoned, or petrified, at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of Richter's turn, I guess.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Apologies if I go out at all. I'm having a weird connection, so occasionally I'm getting real lag. So
Okay.
sorry about that.
No worries at all. Okay. I would. Yeah. What are you all doing in these moments as Richter begins to sort of come to, standing outside?
Fucking door in.
I imagine that as the beast falls down to the ground, Dutch and Rufus like meet eyes across the carcass, and Dutch is raging and like Rufus is also raging. I imagine Rufus is like completely covered in blood. He's just there like raging out. So Rufus is gonna nod towards Dutch and shout, "Are you ready for more?" And just start like running towards the door.
Yeah.
Okay, the door is over on this side, similar to the previous. You begin rushing over. What is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Fire Shield.
Bless.
Oh, ice Shield, actually.
So Richter and sorry, not Richter. Rufus and Dutch, you would make it to the door, which is open. In fact, it is smashed, and even smashed inwards, and even the kind of the strange slate stone that surrounds the kind of doorway is cracked. Like whatever hit this door hit it hard inwards and even broke the stone sort of surrounding the doorway.
Oh, like the lintel and stuff, yeah.
You get to the doorway, and I need both of you to roll me intelligence saves as the inside of the room is crawling with scripture.
Can I read it?
I
will say make me the save first.
Rupert, please.
Mm-hmm. 9.
Uh-oh.
No. Zook, you don't need to. You're still outside because that.
No, I'm just rolling for Dutch.
Oh, you're rolling for Dutch. Yeah.
Can I use an inspiration to re-roll?
You certainly can.
Yeah.
Got a 7. Do you remember if I've used all of my Indomitables?
Yeah, you burnt them early. Do you not remember?
So I used all of them all.
You used them doing that roll onto the tower.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's
if I used
worth it. So worth it.
That's a 15 for you, Dutch.
Thank you.
So a 15 for Dutch, and Rufus.
I got 7.
A 7. So this is dependent on how badly you fail it. By how much is the
We are immune to fear, though, aren't we?
It is not fear. It is madness. So if you failed by, so you got a 7. Okay, yeah, you failed by the max amount.
Oh.
So you gain a short, long, and permanent, indefinite madness.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Ooh.
You can only
Nice.
it only happens the once each. It's after 30 days. It can happen again. So the last time it happened was over a month ago in the Varanmark. So I need you to first roll me a percentile for your short-term madness. Holy shit.
2, right? Does it need to be double digit?
Yep.
So 45.
45. You begin babbling, and you are incapable of normal speech or spell casting.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So write this down. so yeah, you I mean you're still. It's only slight madness. You'll still have your faculties intact, but your speech is like jumbled and burbling.
Can't lie, can't talk. He can nod. He can nod with the best of them.
Okay.
It's all about nods.
Can you roll me a d10 for how long that's going to last?
Ooh.
Yep. An 8.
Okay, so it's going to last 8 minutes.
Oh, okay.
This is
I'm expecting hours then.
Yeah, this is the short-term madness.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, now I need a percentile again for the long-term madness.
An 89.
An 89.
I don't know if low or high is good in this.
Okay, I'm going to send you this separately because
goody.
it is better to not meta this with your friends. And can you roll me a d10 to see how long this lasts as well?
Yeah. 2.
So it's going to last this long.
Good.
And now, can you roll me your indefinite madness? This is something that you cannot get rid of.
Ever. Is this same again?
Except for a wish spell.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Now you're
I
40,
believe.
44.
Let me see.
I think Waylon's quite a powerful guy.
No. I lie. You need to do some kind of check to figure it out. I'll say.
You got therapy.
What would you get?
Yeah, you get
Is it,
therapy.
A 44.
A 44. Okay, so they're all quotes. So this is your quote. It is basically your like mantra now, or the thing that you.
I live my life by.
So do with this what you will. They're cool role-playing effects. This is
Okay.
This is a really interesting one for you. Some of them are really bad.
That's all right. That's fine.
Yeah, but I would take it to the extreme of it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Of whatever that is. So yeah, we'll see. And Dutch, you got a 15.
Yeah.
So it's just a short term for you. So can you roll me a percentile, please?
Yes, I can. I
You
can
have
do
one?
this one.
Okay.
62.
A 62. You, I think you've had this one before. You
Who does he want to eat
you
now?
experience vivid hallucinations, and you have disadvantage on ability checks.
I wanted it to be that you want to eat orc
So
flesh.
right. Yeah, I mean there is one that's the overwhelming urge to eat, and then it's dependent on what's around. So yeah, you're having hallucinations, and so your ability checks are. So it's not attacks or saving throws, just ability checks are with disadvantage. Roll me a d10 because this is how long it lasts.
1.
It's just going to last a minute. So
Hey.
it's like 10 rounds still. No, 6
6 rounds.
6 rounds.
Okay, that's as you enter the room. So Rufus, you enter, and these scriptures sort of caking the walls all up and down. You can see into this room now, and I will reveal it on Lim map.
Ooh, you get any nuts?
Yeah,
Ooh.
should be able to do
Naranja.
that.
Oh,
And I will put you.
Ooh.
he's got a big pussy face.
Look at that.
Playing?
I'm going to be
Damn,
back in 1
10%.
sec. I just really need to get a drink.
Yeah, no worries.
Could we have like a 5-minute break to get a drink and piss and stuff?
Yeah, sure. Does everyone want a quick?
5-minute break and then the last hour?
I could go for a wee, yeah.
Yeah, sounds
That sounds
good.
good.
Sounds good.
Cool.
And then we'll end at like 9:30. Is that all right?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay.
Quick cuppa.
So yeah, you two are just by the door
This is okay. Take the opportunity then. I am going to go piss, but meta question while the opportunity is there. So with this kind of thing, where you've got runes of madness, where to even comprehend them is to sort of go insane.
Yes.
Is there any way of targeting that without perceiving it? Like, can you just look at the edge of it? Can you, like... or is this just I'm going to have to find out through trial and error kind of situation?
You can avert your gaze
right.
from it.
Can you, knowing... If you know that someone else has seen a thing that has driven them, magically insane, can you confidently know that it's there and target it without looking at it, or do you have to personally perceive it?
I would say in this instance, you can feel it without seeing it, because you can feel this horrific presence. It's like there's no noise, but it's like you can. It's abrasive on you no matter where you're looking. But
there's a vibe, and it's not cool.
Yeah,
right.
and
the room's got fucked vibes.
No matter how fucked
there's a
this
mood
vibe
in here,
is,
and it's not good.
the vibe is so fucked. It's like a really bad smell. When something smells really bad, but you still want to smell just to check that it.
Where is that? Yeah.
So you look at it. You're like, oh, what the fuck's that? And so you look at it. But you've all encountered this before, so.
There would be a familiarity.
Richter's already rolled, so you're technically immune to more for the duration.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll play it as if Richter doesn't necessarily know that, but yeah.
Well, it's the same. You would get the same sense as once it's passed and this acorn has relieved it. You no longer have such an oppressive. Vision.
My vibes are good. I've taken
as you
an Ambien.
catch it in the corner of your eye, you look at it and you realize that it's not affecting you anymore.
Oh, right, cool, nice, good. I'm gonna pee. Cool, thank you for that.
No worries.
Presumably, if you're blind, you can't see. It doesn't affect you.
That's why I've never got you to do the job.
I do remember when we first encountered it that I would. Yeah, it did have an effect, but that was before the quiver.
You weren't blind at that point, yeah.
Yeah, which was interesting. Oh, Jimmy's dreaming. Oh, she's barking at stuff in her dreams.
No. I should probably wee as well, actually.
I took it. I did a wee earlier. I couldn't hold it in any longer. Really? Ben? You go. Okay. Okay, little one.
Oh, we're back, baby. Ugh.
You alright, mate?
Anyone
I'm kind
playing
of
Elden
excited.
Ring?
Oh no, I wish. I
No.
don't have a PC.
Yeah, my PC's
I'm just playing it on PS4 at this point, and initially I wasn't going to because I thought, oh, it will be the downgraded version, and then someone made the very convincing argument that it's more like a PS4 game that got ported to other consoles, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So I got it day one, and yeah, it's great.
I didn't even realize it was on PS4.
Yeah, it's on the
That
previous
changes
generation
things.
as well as the newer one, and it runs like a dream. Honestly, it does. Like the FromSoft games have never sold based on graphics, so it doesn't really care how it looks. It runs really well. It's got the same vibe as them, a little bit more hopeful
Nice.
than the other ones, and yeah, it's great. Really recommend it.
Ooh.
It's frustrating, but in a good way.
That's what you want.
Might have to have
I've heard
a-
it's like it doesn't really hold your hand in the same way. But
No, and it actually lies to you at places. Like it straight up. There'll be characters who turn up as if they're friendly NPCs who are like,
I love
you should
it.
go this way, and it's like that they're lying. They're lying to send you to die. It's like the game wants you to die. It's great.
Oh. Oh, blimey.
Well, it's fun that
Jesus.
George R. R. Martin had something to do. It's not like he's got anything else to do with his time, is it? It's not,
Yeah,
it's not like there's
literally,
anything.
yeah.
It's not like he's got any pressing concerns he's supposed to get done. Or...
Yeah, God forbid.
His tasks are well and truly over.
The man has no pages.
Fuck's sakes.
How much like Dark Souls is it, Elden Ring?
A lot. It controls the same. The only real differences are it has jumping, which is fun, and there's a horse now. Other than that, it controls 100% the same. In fact, the animations are actually lifted straight from Dark Souls 3. So if you played those, it's incredibly familiar, but it doesn't have the same like uber oppressive atmosphere that the Dark Souls games had. It's a little bit more, it's a bit more fantasy, still very twisted fantasy and very like dark fantasy, but it doesn't have that whole like uber goth feel that all the Dark Souls games had. So
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
I think it's a little bit more approachable as well, because the simple ability of being able to just jump on a horse and fuck off if you don't want to deal with something is it just opens the whole thing up.
Mm.
Like, I thought open world wouldn't work, but it really does, and it's great. I really recommend it.
I've heard good
That's cool.
things. I just
I don't know
just never played
if...
those games.
Yeah, same. I've never played them. I don't know if they're my thing enough
They're,
to spend
I mean, they're
£50.
fun. They're just they're not as hard as people say they are. I think people who like to play them like to pretend they're harder than they are to feel good about it. It's just, it's a bit masochistic. It's a bit like enjoying getting beaten up because you'll be better at getting beaten up in the future. And so, and
Yeah.
it never says well done. It never says you did great. It'll never do that. At most, it'll say, "Are you still here? Are you still here?" It's like I kind of like that. It's like a weird goth mommy
Forsaken.
GF video game.
Wait, what are we talking about? This sounds fun.
Elden Ring.
Oh, fucking love Elden Ring, bro.
Oh, nice.
Slap me around and kick me in the fucking balls. Like,
Exactly. That's it. You get it.
dude, like, yeah, dude, it's like the pain is better than winning.
Yeah, I know. It's like this. I like the fact that it never, because I like the alternative. I like the kind of Gears of War kind of thing where it like every 5 minutes it like grabs you by the nuts and says, "You're doing great, man. You're so good at this. You're such a badass. That's great." And it just jacks you off and makes you feel good about yourself. But this is a game where like it just stamps on your nuts with a stiletto and says, "You're a fucking moron." And it's like, thank you. It's great.
It's like
Dick shames you.
I'm a heterosexual white man in in the 21st century. Like, you know, sometimes you need to be told you're shit.
Yeah, sometimes you need a weird goth mommy GF to call you a fucking piece of
Well,
worthless
speaking
shit.
of goth mommy GFs, Rufus and Dutch, you see inside.
Whoa, good
this,
segue!
you see inside this tower a giant flesh colossus, similar to the ones that you faced before. It seems to be enraptured in this glowing energies. However, there are no Shivra totems surrounding it. Instead, they look to be like built podiums. You can see them here, constructed, that are glowing and sort of like electric chains wrapped around it. And then from its chest bursting forth is the violent sort of spark of energy, which actually I should probably grab from here really quick and paste it so that it's sort of coming out like that. There you go. Cool, we did it.
But it's sort of like incapacitated. Is that right?
it's enraptured in that same energy. In fact, you can't really see it properly like before, but because you've encountered this already, you know the form and you can tell it's the same. Rufus, glancing about, in fact both of you glancing about, all this scripture kind of just bursts out towards you and you begin sort of babbling. You can see there's a couple of corpses around the room and it looks trashed, like there's been a fearsome battle in here that has taken place around this creature.
Okay.
But that was your kind of round. Zook, you fed Richter, and then Dylan, you kind of run up behind these guys.
Yeah, I've like prepared some stuff.
But it's seemingly not affecting you at this stage because you cannot see the scripture. I need...
Tashi?
Actually, no. Yes, yeah.
Does Dutch's eye start to bleed in the blood moon, or is that unaffected by it?
Your socket?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It hasn't bled for a long time. It used to always bleed whenever you raged, and obviously you pulled it out during it. But you have since come a long way, and the blood moon itself wasn't necessarily connected to that. It just happened that it was on that same night that you chose to take your eye. But in terms of like the gods, you know that the blood moon isn't connected to Grumsh and isn't connected to you. It just happened to be, it's like more coincidence of that it was on that night. So it's more like a role play thing of the blood moon being out reminds you of your previous self, but it doesn't have any like actual oppressive effects on you anymore because it's been like years, or at least a couple, right? How long has it been since then? It's been a while, and it's almost testimony to how far you've come.
Sick.
So the only other person, you run up to there. Okay, that's that round. What are you doing, Gypsies?
I'm just gonna follow them inside.
I will say that the acorn has now obviously had an effect on Richter, and you wake up from this paralysis, finding yourself again face to face with this tower and the scripture, but this time it is it's unaffected to your consciousness.
Can I see am I looking through the door?
No, you are. So the door is up here. You're kind of on the ground here. On the ice
sure.
All
right,
with Zook.
Cool.
So as Rufus enters the doorway, he stops in his tracks in the doorframe, looking around the room. No one else sees his face because he's the first one in, but he stops and then just sort of flinches away. His eyes like shut tight, and he just starts like chattering. His teeth start shivering, like biting and gnashing together, and sort of just like whispering incoherent mumblings under his breath. But he opens one eye and he walks into the room nonetheless, towards the nearest whatever they are, the columns that are attached, As he walks past, he picks up the chair from the table there, and he just starts smashing it into the column.
Picking up a chair, you just crash it into the column. Make an attack roll.
A 25? 15 rather.
Roll me a d8 plus your strength.
An 8.
8. It just explodes across it, scattering into pieces of sort of broken wood. The pillar stands. The pillar is made out of the same sort of blue slate stone. It doesn't look like it hurts it that much.
I'll in that case, he then just summons the Sunblade and just starts wailing at the column.
Okay, make the rest of your attacks. I'll say that was one attack.
So same again, doing 16 damage.
Okay.
And then same again, doing 15 damage.
Cleanly, with those strikes cutting across them, the Sunblade almost like arcs through, and eventually the pillar sort of slides into different pieces and cracks down. The lightning coil immediately whips off and then whips to you as the nearest person to it. And once again, you find yourself in the same situation where you are being tethered to the thing. I need you to make me... I need to find my notes for that previous room. Off the top of your head, do you remember what kind of save it was that I did before?
No.
I don't know if I have that piece of paper. Shit.
Was it an intelligence saving?
I'm pretty sure it was intelligence. Yeah, I'm almost positive it was an intelligence save, actually. That's what I thought it was, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Hang on, maybe...
It's the lightning effect, like tethered people to it.
Oh, hang on.
Is this basically the same creature from the other tower?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, so I know a few things not to do. Okay, cool.
It's an intelligence save. It's an intelligence save.
Good thing I get advantage, because it's magical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because one was a 1. Otherwise, it's a 14, which probably isn't enough.
14 is just not enough. The tether whips out and almost wrapping around your mind and your consciousness. You are pulled once more towards it. You fall to your knees, paralyzed in place.
Nice. Rufus is good at this.
You can feel you are like replacing this totem in the same pack, and you can feel your essence being dragged forwards out of your body. What are the rest of you doing in this round?
Wait, can I have a recap of how we dealt with this thing last time?
Killed it.
Dispelled the magic.
Destroy the pillars. Because there's electricity going to these pillars now instead of the Shivra, which were on our...
Okay, cool.
I don't know if I should say. I think that...
I mean, I feel like Duck would remember because it was less than 20 minutes ago.
So you instead of pillars, you destroyed Shivra that were being held in place. You destroyed them, but you actually Zook dispelled the magic around the central one first, or at least like sort of during it, and then there was still some Shivra that were tethered that suddenly became untethered and attacked you. So essentially, Zook dispelled it straight up, and it just did it all. But you could have gone round and hacked all the Shivra away, but you're not sure what that would have done because Zook dispelled the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Thank you.
No worries. What are the rest of you? In fact, Zook, you're next up in the order, so we may as well do that.
Floating on in.
Okay.
As soon as I see it, roughly same layout. Rufus on his knees, being
He's
zapped
Yeah, he's here.
and babbling
Sucked
incoherently.
off by some magical beam.
Zuko will walk in and go, "Oh no! This simply will not do." And then he's going to slam his staff into the ground as the roots spread out through the cracks in the stonework and coil around the glyphs on the floor. And I will cast Dispel Magic once more, just at 3rd level.
Okay, you're going to need to make me a roll with your
Blue arcane dice. Come on.
spellcasting.
It's a 15
Is that good?
Overall.
overall.
You cast your hand out, but it breaks. Unfortunately, you
push
remember
back.
it's very high.
I push back and thinking about Dutch's random speech to that random guard on the battlefield that I overheard. I go, "No, this is for you!" and then slam in, and I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that.
Okay.
It's exactly the same. Fuck's sake.
So,
Guidance.
I'm gonna need you to roll me an intelligence saving throw as
Okay.
the energy backlashes onto you like before.
Rolling with advantage, which I'm assuming it's
Yeah,
okay.
It is magic. Yeah.
24.
A 24. You fight this oppression off as it begins to sort of latch onto you instead of one of the pillars, but you shrug it off.
Mm-hmm.
Ending your turn, Richter. It is you.
From the door, peeking in,
Yeah.
Richter sees this whole situation. He can't actually see past the beast, but seeing the way that the columns are set up, he assumes something. So Richter takes aim at the beast and launches Eldritch Blasts at it, knowing they will not do a huge amount of damage, but he may be able to fling the beast into the pillar behind it with an Eldritch Blast. So let's have a go at that. Right. There you go. Right.
So
that is...
you have advantage to hit it
Oh, cool. Nice.
because it is paralyzed, and if you hit, it is a crit, I believe, with paralysis.
Well, that first roll was 25,
So
so...
it just immediate crit.
Nice. Sick. Cool. Sick. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. All over the place.
No,
Yeah,
no,
right.
it's only a crit if the attacker is it within 5 feet. But you do have advantage.
Never mind. Cool. Well, that first one was 25, so should I just take that?
That hits, yeah.
Great. So that damage is 3 plus 4, so 7 damage on that one, and he's flung back 10 feet.
I need you to make me just a spell casting check, similar to this Dispel Magic. So you roll a d20 and you add your spellcasting attack modifier, basically.
Right.
So it's your proficiency and your charisma for you, isn't it?
Cool. Here we go. That is... Oh, fuck. That is not great. That is 12.
It hits, it does damage, but unfortunately the magic surrounding it is stronger than that attack, so it doesn't push it.
Okay, sure. But can I still take the other 2 that I
You
get?
certainly can.
Let's do that. Here we go. Brr. Next one is that 13 plus 10, 23.
That hits.
Hits there. Damage on that one is 6 plus 5, making that. No, wait, it's not 6 plus. Sorry, guys. It's 6 plus 5. It's 11 damage on that one. Do I need to do another roll for that thing again?
You do. You need to do it every time.
Here we go. 20.
A 20.
Not natural.
Doesn't matter. This one slams into its side, and you watch as the whole electric surge that surrounds it shudders, and the thing is pushed with the coiling electricity away from you, smashing into a pillar. I will move it
Nice.
against the wall
Booyah.
as it smashes through, crushing and destroying the pillar on that side. The thing that the sort of chains are still kind of like wrapped around it, but you can see the one that is here and the one that is here are almost like pulled taut, like they're holding on. You think if it had, in fact, because Rufus is attached, right? Rufus is attached there. Rufus, you feel the tether that's on you tug. I need you to make another intelligence saving throw.
Getting tugged.
as the whole thing is jacking you to the side.
19.
A 19. You watch as the tether snaps like
Yes!
long sort of like cables,
shit.
like metal cables, like it snaps off, begins
Go
immediately
ship.
whipping around, and it's gonna attempt to immediately try and latch onto someone who hasn't been. So Dutch as the nearest.
Ooh.
Oh
That's
no,
good, 'cause,
sorry, the nearest
there
to
is-
here it would be Zook. So
There is still a third attack, but do I have to wait? Does he have to wait until that, or do
this
I have
is
to wait
like
till him?
it flicks off and immediately it tries to tether to. It's like electricity bouncing and jumping.
Right. Yeah.
So intelligence saving throw.
No, because you've already passed one. So it has to be. It's going to be Richter.
Yeah. Okay.
It whips behind and tries to tether onto you instead.
Right. Do I have to roll anything? for that?
Intelligence.
Still Victor's smart, right?
Intelligence. Here we
They're
go.
like insta-death, these things, aren't they? If you
Oh fuck! 7.
have a turn.
No,
on it.
10. Sorry, that was a 6. It's 10. That's probably still not good enough.
I will, as it whips towards you, I'm going to get you to make a quick last attack, but I'll say you have disadvantage.
Okay, here we go. So disadvantage. First roll, 5 becomes 15. Second roll, 5 becomes 15. Wow, I rolled 5 twice. Okay, cool. 15. Probably didn't hit.
A 15 on the Colossus, I don't think hits. Let's see real quick. No, a 15 just doesn't hit. That one goes
Okay.
wide, and you feel yourself tethered and dragged past Zoom
Ah.
to here.
Yeah.
But
Ah.
I will put this like electric sort of. I'll put this above you. So you are paralyzed, and you can feel your very essence like being pulled out of you.
I was getting so used to moving again. Ah.
But Zook, Ruthless is completely free now, and it is Dutch's turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, is it out of the electricity field now? Yeah.
It is the electricity field. It's just moved and hit the wall.
What happened to the wall that it hit?
It kind of cracked a bit. Yeah.
Can I try and punch it?
Oh.
You certainly
Bull
can.
rush him.
Make an attack.
Rufus.
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Rufus
16.
plus 13.
What? It's just a normal attack.
What, haymaker?
I mean, you didn't state it. You gotta
It's
say
an inanimate object.
You
It's
didn't
a
declare.
haymaker.
you
We haven't-
have advantage because it's paralyzed.
Oh, so I roll again?
So I guess
Or
you would
can-
probably have haymakered, knowing that you had.
So yeah, if you could please, because I'll fish for the crit.
It's
so
a
you're
2.
not haymakering then.
Oh no, so yeah, the first roll, sorry.
Okay, so it's the first roll, which was a what?
16.
Okay, so that hits. You smash. So 18 points of damage into it. However, I need you to make me. How many? There's enough people attached. Just an intelligence saving throw.
Uh-oh. Please, Rupert.
Oh, sorry, yeah. 12.
So it is a 12.
You aren't tethered because there are already enough tethers. Because there are one. Oh no, there's not. There is a spare tether because this one exploded one. So, yep, you find yourself immediately as you touch it. The tether that was free flicks round and catches you, and you are equally paralyzed too.
Hmm.
And that
Balls.
is the end of your go. Both of you are paralyzed. Frost Salamander is done. Dylan, he is not there. So, no, he is. It is
I
your
am
turn.
here. Sorry, I had to move from the bedroom. Yes. So the troll figure, it's just there, is it?
So the big colossus is still got the kind of lightning around it, and it's against the wall. There is 3 pillars still remaining, and Richter and Dutch are both tethered.
Okay. So we need to break the pillars to stop the tethering, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Looks like
Right.
it.
I'll take a shot at the closest one.
Okay, that'd be this one here.
So for every pillar we destroy, don't we become a potential tether?
I will make it a sharpshooter.
Okay.
That is a. I don't have my phone on me now. Like a 22, I think it's around a 22. It's over 20.
That hits the pillar.
Does that do sneak attack damage?
I will save you from rolling. Upon striking it, you see your arrow disperse because it's all psychic damage, right?
Yeah.
No effect.
Okay, I'll take a second shot with a with just a normal arrow then. Okay. That'll be a 23.
That hits.
So sneak attack.
I don't think you can sneak attack a pillar. It would be
I
like,
don't know.
yeah, I think sneak attack is like hitting someone's weak spot when they don't notice.
Yeah, sure, okay.
but
It's,
I think
I don't
maybe
mind,
if it's
whatever.
I don't think it would work on an inanimate object.
I
But
mean,
yeah, the psychic doesn't affect.
it's inanimate, so it doesn't know that it can't see you. You're always sneaking against it.
I mean,
I don't know.
you know what?
either.
Technically, I think at the moment I'm going to rule it as no, but I'm going to look that up and see what people have
Okay.
said because I'd quite like to know what
Yeah.
most people do.
So it would be. Oh, it's a 1 on the D8 plus 10 though. Plus. So 18 points of damage.
The hell did I do with my pencil? Damn it. Sorry, say again, how much? 18?
18 points.
18. Okay. 18. It is still there. It's cracked a little.
Well, that's everything I've got.
Okay, ending your turn. Rufus, you are free of the tether. You feel yourself again. It is your turn.
Rufus, on all fours, opens his eyes, shakes his head from the confusion of being latched onto this thing, gets to his feet and walks over to the next one and just starts hacking at it, while muttering and whispering. So they all hit. They're all over like 15.
Yeah.
So 11 plus 16 plus 11. So 22 plus 16, 30.
It's enough
Eight.
to break this one. You immediately cut across, shattering it. And you failed your intelligence saving throw before, so it can still latch onto you. You feel another tether whip out. You need to make me an intelligence save. With advantage, because it is magical.
An 18 this time.
An 18. Ooh, you manage to sort of break away from this oppression, and it's now just flailing about trying to find a source, but there's nothing nearby. You glance as you cut through this pillar. You glance to the left, and you can see, slumped up against the side, a humanoid man wearing sort of like studded leathers. In fact, it's like a brigantine. It's like metal under like a studded fabric. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah, so it's like loads of little metal plates riveted to layers of padding and silk.
Their sort of matted hair is face down. I'll say in your strange babbling state, you don't necessarily register who they are, but they look unconscious.
Well, Rufus glances towards them, and just for the fact that they're there, but he immediately turns and walks towards the next column over this side, getting ready to strike it the next time.
Yep, you move around through. Zook, it's your turn.
Okay, failing the dispel, does it look like the pillars have anything in them that could be damaged with fire?
The pillars, they're made of this like blue slate, and they're just like square in structure, very, very smooth, and there's the tether is like coiled and wrapped around like a lasso. There's nothing particularly about them that registers as fire, like flammable.
But, right, okay.
Unless you like took the time to study it, you wouldn't necessarily know in this moment.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'll try that. Yeah. I'll just conjure a flame and just hurl it into the pillar closest to me.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. These two are broken. In fact, I'm just.
Yeah. So I think I need to make a attack, which is a 24. Dealing supposedly 18 fire damage.
18 fire damage to this one. And it had already taken 18 from Dylan. Is that correct? Yeah, it was 18.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. In which case, you strike it with this flame. You can see that the flame doesn't have a it doesn't seem like diminished, but it doesn't seem like extra amazing. But it does impact it, and you can see it, the magic sort of coursing against the magic of this tether, and it does diminish it and break the pillar. The pillar cracks enough. It doesn't shatter, but it cracks, causing the tether to whip off. It flails around madly trying to find something, but no one is near enough in the vicinity that it can now latch onto and attempt to.
Cool.
Dylan is outside.
With my movement, can I get? Is there stairs going up? Is there a way I can?
Yes, there are stairs going up in this direction here, and there are
In
stairs
fact-
from here going up.
I'll move over to this man. Do I recognise him?
His face is down, but you recognise the blue silk brigantine of Blue Eyes Reuben.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Oh, he'll never get to see the pyramid.
He's slumped over, his head down, but you can see across his body where the brigantine is sort of lashed open, and all across his face and neck, and where sort of his skin is bare, these lashes of sort of exposed skin that no longer seem to kind of coil and wriggle with any energy, but you recognize them as wounds inflicted by the tongue lasher.
Well, shit. Okay, ending my turn.
Richter, it's your turn.
I really hate to be the guy who says this, but it hasn't had a turn yet.
No, it's paralyzed. It's still in the magic.
Ooh, beautiful. Okay. So that oh wait, I'm all tethered up. So do I need to roll to get out of that, right?
You are. Oh shit! This is the second round you've been tethered.
Hmm.
You need to make another intelligence saving throw.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Okay, here we go. 18.
Something. In fact, you can have advantage. Roll again anyway.
Oh, okay. 13.
something within you is being pulled from you, and it is you. It is your sense of self, whether that is your soul or your very essence. But this tether is reaching in and pulling it from you, but you are resisting, and you manage to entirely resist it.
No.
But your turn is unfortunately entirely just stuck.
Did I break the tether, or is it still?
Nope, you did not break the tether.
Jesus.
It is Dutch's turn. Dutch, you need to make the same roll. I will
Here we
say
go.
that you also
20, please.
have advantage.
The first one's a 17. The next one's a 3.
Oh. So it's a 17.
You too feel your soul being tugged from you. And as someone also similar to Richter, someone holds claim over you and your soul. And you feel them pushing back against this. You feel the mother bear surrounding you, and it will not let go of your soul. Not yet. You are also managed to stay alive, and but that is unfortunately your go. It is Dylan, your turn.
Okay, so again, just some standard arrows knocked, knowing that I've got to expediently destroy these pillars. So I'll go for another couple of shots. Sharpshooter again. So the first.
That pillar just above Richter, is that
27?
one cracked? Or?
This
That
one
one's
is,
done.
this one is broken, yeah.
Great.
It's just the last one. A 27 hits.
And that will deal. Ooh, better. 17. Wow. 17. 25 points of damage.
25 points of damage.
And another. Oh, even better. That will be a 26 there.
Yep, that hits.
Or that will be 23 points of damage.
With that, the last column is severed, and all of the lashings begin retreating off of everyone as they coil around the beast within the center. You can see this creature. All of the lashings are now unable to attach to anyone that is currently in the room. They're still flailing, and the electricity or this energy is still there, but it looks significantly decreased. But it is still paralyzed. Are you moving anywhere else, Dylan?
I guess I'll sort of like move in a defensive position between the creature and those people who have sort of just been revived.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. What am I on about? They have not been revived. The lashings still stay in place with them because they haven't been destroyed. But the other people
Great.
are immune to it because they've passed, and there are no longer any pillars. So it is the magical aura that is around the central one is reduced.
Yeah.
So you think you would know stepping into this room, you would be tethered, or at least it would attempt to tether you.
Okay. So I'm waiting actually for Zeke to do the dispel, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just wait, I guess. I'll hang back, wait.
Okay.
Hoping that Zeke.
Rufus, it is your turn. All pillars are destroyed, but Richter and Dutch are technically pillars. They are being tethered and are still kind of holding it intact to an extent.
Interesting.
Wait, so sorry, whose go is it?
It's Rufus.
It's Rufus's go. Okay. So the one that Rufus was in, the one that in front of Rufus was broken by Dylan's arrows.
Yep.
And crumbles. So Rufus turns around to look behind him. Dutch, who's Dutch and Richter?
Yeah.
Are both. Okay, so Rufus looks towards Dutch, who's still tethered to the big beast, and he just starts wailing on Dutch. It's gonna just go for it, and he's incapacitated, right? So he gets
advantage and their crits.
Yeah. What? Okay. So that's a 33 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So doing only a 2 on the dice. So 4 plus 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Dutch is raging, interestingly. He's still raging. The
So it's in half,
the bear is still surrounding him as he is sort of under attack.
Meanwhile, as this is happening, Rufus is just sort of like shaking and chattering and like sort of like every now and then just lets out like a so the next one is a 25 to hit. Oh, a 1 on the dice, getting lucky. So that's only 11 damage again.
So half to 6. Are you keeping count, Dutch? Mike?
How much? Sorry, was that 6 damage?
The second one was 6. That was halved already. We halved it.
Yeah.
And then 17 damage for the next one, half.
So 8. No, 9.
Yep.
Okay. End
That's
of your
it.
turn.
And then nothing happens, and you know the column hasn't fallen apart. So Rufus is just sort of like grits his teeth and is ready to go again.
Zook, is your turn.
Okay. How bloodied is the thing looking?
The
beast.
The beast isn't bloodied, but the magical aura that surrounds it doesn't look quite as strong. You would say it is at 2/5 of its capacity. If you
Okay. And does it seem like when Rufus hacked into it, it got smaller?
No, it didn't change at all.
Okay.
Because the tether is still entirely on Dutch.
I'm not hitting the creature.
He's hitting Dutch. He attacked Dutch, not the creature.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw this.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's like,
and he looks determined
and
to do more.
Yeah, he's like about to go in for more.
Okay. Zook will float up to Richter. Float up to Rufus, and try and grab his arm and go, "No! What? Snap out of it, Rufus! He's not your enemy. He may be big and green and ugly, but he's a friend."
Rufus is just like chittering and like shaking, and he just wrenches his arm out of your grip.
And then Zook, not really knowing what to do, he kind of slams his staff back down into the ground and like, "Begone, foul sorcery!" And he'll try and dispel again, casting at a 4th level this time. On the beast. On the main beast.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll still.
Fuck. It's only a 14.
It's just
doesn't
not enough.
work.
It's reduced, but that's not enough. Reaching up and casting this again, it is still holding and intact. Okay, that's another round gone by. Richter, you're up, and you need to make another intelligence save with advantage.
Okay. Come on. First was a fucking 10.
The tether pulls and tugs at Richter, and you watch as his body convulses suddenly. Rufus, you can see souls, right? Because you've died.
Yes?
Yes, you see.
Is that how it works? Or is that just a... I thought that was just a thingy, that realm thing.
It was in the astral sea, but you've been there now.
Oh, okay.
You see this tether pull from. It's still like attached, but it's like something is being pulled along the tether. And you watch as Richter's body begins to sort of like lift in the air slightly.
Oh no!
Like about a foot off the ground, as something like milky and turquoise is being dragged out of him. You can see it reaches about halfway up the tether from him to that. You can see it there, like being pulled out of his body. Richter, what is your current HP?
58.
You drop to 29.
Okay.
As it is halved. Dutch, I need the same from you as well, please. Intelligence saving throws.
I don't think I was the only person that could see spirits before. It was someone else as well, right?
Dylan can, but he's blind.
Oh yeah.
And Richter can, but he's paralyzed.
Rolled as a
You could
6.
see it happening.
He has advantage.
Have advantage.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah!
Oh.
Yeah.
The advantage given by Luthic. You watch as Dutch is entirely paralyzed, but he begins lifting off the ground too, and he is closer. So his spirit is tugged out from his body and is threatening to be pulled into this monstrosity. Something appears. I say the only person really aware of this is Zook at this time. You're the only one who sees. Rufus is too busy just in his mind. Dylan is a ways off and can't see things properly. You almost for a split second see a figure, a large sort of orcish figure with long, like where the fingers are, long claws, appears sort of behind in the vision of Dutch's rage, and brings a great clawed hand down across the tether, shattering it entirely as Dutch is knocked back away from this, sort of towards you. You catch him. With your natural 20, Dutch, you are untethered entirely.
Yeah! Woo. Thank you, Luthic, be praised.
It is Dylan, your turn.
Okay, so one more remaining, is there?
No, it's Richter is the tether.
Richter's the tether.
He's the only one remaining as a tether.
I think I don't know. I can't remember how we did this.
We dispelled it last time.
Maybe I'll try sort of, I don't know. I guess I'll run and try to intercept the energy.
You run forth. So you're gonna like step so that the tether is like going through you instead.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you willing to accept the tether?
So not a way to like break it with my.
Are you attacking the tether, or are you standing in front and like deflecting it from Richter?
I'm going to deflect it.
That it deflecting it would involve instead allowing it to take you.
Well, sensing that Richter's dying, then I'll just let it take me.
Don't die for me, man. Thank you, though.
And
Okay.
take me with.
Make me an intelligence saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh my god. That is a 27. I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Wow. Holy shit.
You step
Fucking
in
smarty
front,
pants.
taking the tether, sort of moving it through you and taking it straight into your chest. You feel this rippling effect as you begin to sort of accept it, but your body still wants to shrug it off, no matter what. And as you stand there, you see behind you, or at least the others see behind you, it begins to fizzle out, wrapping itself around you tight. Richter's soul immediately begins sort of moving back in. I will say, Richter, you are you're untethered, but at the moment your soul is partially out of your body, and so you are kind of in this state. Your eyes open, and you feel like you're watching yourself, and you can see it, you kind of almost sprawled out, and you're watching your own physical body, kind of writhing. You are that tether, the piece that is out, watching yourself, trying to sort of get back to your body.
Dylan, no!
Dylan, taking this full in the chest, you hear a scream through the tower. A scream and laughter. Almost like a laughter of joy. Of joy that something is about to be complete. A joy of someone reaping someone else's life that they have waited so long to have. Until, with some kind of crazy roll on a disadvantage roll, you shrug it off to the side, and the tether scatters across the floor, trying to find a new host, but unfortunately cannot find anyone else in the room. Ending your turn.
As the tether releases itself, Dylan completely fully arches his back backwards, and his claws fully flex open, and he just lets out a completely blood curdling howl.
With that, all of the tethers off, they begin kind of writhing around almost like octopus tentacles. The great colossus is still intact, but the magic is significantly diminished. Rufus, it is your turn.
Okay, Rufus turns towards the creature, still shivering and chattering. He just raises the sunblade up with both hands and just starts plunging it into the body of the flesh colossus.
Same deal, it's advantage and they're all crits.
So 12 plus 9 is 21.
Yep, hits.
All right. 21 damage.
Oh, 21 damage. Yep.
And then 8 plus 9, 17.
That hits.
And 6 plus 9, 15 damage.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Just the 2 hits?
That was 3 hits, yeah.
Oh, it was
So
3.
the first one was 20, the next one was 17, and the other one was 16.
Oh, okay. No, it was 15, and then the other one was 16.
Yeah.
Zook, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay, seeing everyone's back to normal and seeing has the lightning stopped from going out the wall, or is it still there?
It's still
on
there,
the
but
creature?
it looks less intense.
Okay, I'm gonna hold the staff towards the large creature, and all of the roots and the bark turn like a sickly black, and a sap starts oozing out. And I'm gonna cast Blight on the beast, so it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, you can roll. It got a. He got a 23.
Oh yeah, it definitely succeeds. It's going to take 8d8 necrotic damage. 12.
Okay, don't bother rolling. It doesn't.
Oh, is
do
it fucking
anything.
immune?
It's immune
Shit.
to necrotic. Yeah, you watch as this blight sort of encompasses it and just fizzles out across its necrotic flesh.
Okay, frustrated, Zook turns and starts sort of heading towards the stairs to kind of like peer up and see if he can see anything upstairs.
Which set? This one or that one?
The ones closest to us, to the north.
Okay. It looks like it curls up further, but you can see light emanating from above. The actual stairwell itself is just like caked in the same scripture. Richter. What
Richter.
do you do as you look back at your own body?
Check yourself out.
Sorry?
Check yourself out.
Is Richter like fully conscious of himself, or is he like in a weird like
You are having a physical out-of-body experience. You're looking back at your own body as you are like floating away from it.
Richter remembers this feeling. Remembers dying. It wasn't pleasant before, but it's like some kinds of being drunk. You forget about it until it happens again. And it's like, oh, this, of course. It's almost relieving. There's no pain here. But looking around, his friends, their battle, he has to go back. And so Richter will try to return to the twisted form of his mortal coil.
You push yourself forth, and you feel the Seeker's presence with you, beckoning you back. That hunger is there. It is returned, and you know that you need this physical form to appease that hunger. Almost swimming in a strange way, you coil yourself back up into your body, and suddenly you breathe once more. It was never fully disconnected from you, but it had been tugged out a fair portion. You feel weird. You lost half of your hit points in that, but you are conscious. You are back. And what are you doing for your turn?
Richter is going to rather selfishly reach into his pack and take out a elongated healing potion that he has, and we'll try to chug that down.
Cool. Okay. You chug that on.
What is
down.
the is that a roll or is that just straight up points?
It's 2d6 plus 5.
Awesome.
You double it, and then you receive half of that this round, and then half of it next round.
Amazing. So do I do... Okay, so 2d6 plus 5, so 4, 5, 2d6 plus 5, so that's 9, 5,
14.
so 14. So what, I get half of that now?
Take 7
Yeah.
now, and you'll take 7 again next turn.
Cool. Thank you.
Dutch. Ruther stands next to you, but he's wailing on the big thing rather than you. He looks crazed. He's no longer attacking you, but you are now present in the room.
Am I still raging?
You are still raging.
I would like to make my first attack as a backhanded slap to Rufus, please.
You can make an attack.
Rupert?
Rupert.
Oh shit! Every time. God damn. That's a natural 19.
Oh,
That's gonna hit.
Yeah.
What's the?
Oh, that's good. So it's a 1 + 5 + 3, so 9 damage.
9 points of damage to Rufus as you just backhand him across the face.
And then, what part of the creature am I facing? What's in front of me?
It's the same as before. It's like the thigh, the sort of knee and thigh.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and like aim for the knee socket and like shatter the fucking what's it called, the kneecap.
Okay.
So I would like you to make me a reckless haymaker, please. So just a flat roll. Rupert.
It's a 2.
15.
15 does not hit. You
I
strike
would-
in, but you catch some of the chains and things that are sort of dangling off its strange form.
I'm gonna spend a moxie. -1 moxie from my maximum.
And make
Cool.
two more attacks.
Yeah, so 2 more attacks, reckless haymakers, please.
You don't need
Okay.
reckless because you have advantage because it's paralyzed. But so straight rolls, but without
Okay.
reckless.
So 11, making it 24, I
That
think.
hits. So 18 points of damage.
And then another 2. So that wouldn't hit.
Unfortunately not. So 18 though. Okay. It's hard to tell how damaged it is, but it is still standing. Dylan, it is your turn.
Okay. So it's just this beast, and it's still channeling the energy, isn't it?
It is still challenging the energy.
So collecting himself, like breathing heavily, after having deflected this strange arcane matter, he'll whip out his bow once more and he'll spin round, arcing a shot into the into the head of this beast.
You hear a squawk from Ook, I would say.
What sense do I get from it?
Panic.
Just as he's about to release the arrow, he stops and he heads out. He runs out. He's like pegs it outside.
Heading out, you whip round the corner and you can see Ook flapping and hovering sort of 30 feet up, facing back towards the battle. And you see... no, shit, you wouldn't see anything. And you don't know where Ook is facing, necessarily.
I will take my action to walk through his eyes.
Through the eyes of Ook, you can see 2 arcing arrows headed up a ways off.
Oh shit, I've got to go, guys. I'm sorry.
Love you, man.
Okay, that's fine, Mike. We're going to end in like 5-10 minutes, but if you got to go now, that's cool.
Yep.
You see 2 arrows arcing up, fire arrows, a distance off.
Shit. Wait, is that good or bad?
That's
Two's
good.
good.
Oh, okay, cool.
oh, yeah, good.
Okay, so that's my action then.
Yes.
What else do I see?
You can see. Roll me a perception check.
What's that?
Oh, no, shit, I was going to say I can roll for him.
Sorry, that's the dice in the other room. Ooh, that's a natural one.
Fortunately, not much else. You kind of headed out 30 feet. You've still got. You could still dash with your bonus action.
I guess I'll head back in.
Okay. Rufus, your turn.
If anyone saw Dutch hitting Rufus, Rufus would have recoiled from the hit, from the force of the hit, but completely ignored it. Didn't even look towards Dutch, and is just going to carry on smashing into this beast. Yeah, or it's still critting, right?
Yep.
So that's 15 damage.
Okay.
And then 15 damage again, and an 8. So 16 plus 9, which is 25, I think.
15, 15, and 25. So 50. 55.
6.
55, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
A significant
that's
chunk.
the end of his turn.
Zook, it is your turn. Your turn.
Okay, seeing that the necrotic damage didn't do much, Zook's going to cast. Oh, he's going to put his hand out again as like maggots start crawling out of the canopy of the staff, and in the same vein, the wounds that Rufus has just caused, maggots start to pour out of the wounds in the beast, and he's going to cast Toll the Dead.
Yeah.
So you need to make a wisdom saving throw. Apparently,
that is an 11.
That's a failure. So you take 4d12. Oh,
Isn't this necrotic damage?
This is necrotic damage.
Yeah,
It does nothing.
Is Zook allowed to not be as stupid as Rupert?
Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. How long have we been playing this game? I think it's fair that.
I think you're right. I think I've just got to take it. I think I've just got to accept.
At this stage in our D&D lives, I think we have to take it.
Yeah.
I think it's different. I think it's different for me because I have to play loads of different people all the time.
Yeah.
But I think for you guys, you've only
that will
got to
mar
know your one thing.
That will mar my career forevermore.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
No, it's not the worst.
It was a cantrip. At least it wasn't like
it was a
another
cantrip.
blight.
Nothing
I really
wasted.
thought you were casting blight again for a second. I was like,
oh Jesus.
Okay.
Zook literally just screams at the wall.
We are gonna end it. So at the end of your turn, top of the round of round 6. You hear a blood-curdling scream. A ways up, echoing for you, Zook, echoing down the stairwell. The blood-curdling scream you immediately recognize. Older in tone now, but still unforgettable. The scream of Elgrin.
Yeah.
And that is where we will end today's session.
Oh no!
Damn.
Not our favourite cartographer.
Who was at the Who was at the middle? Who assaulted the middle tower again?
That was Fate's children, the main group of them.
Well done, them. It seems like they got there.
They did it.
Yeah.
Did it good.
Well, with that, thank you for watching, and we will pick up this tense interaction next time on the Journeyman Quest of the Gypsies Fortune campaign. Thank you very much.